Okay, so tanda anzula question chi yutwa. Tadi question di nawanne anzu khashela na main balance sheet suer. Twa anzul question namla information khashi chitte o di la tane anzu balance sheet chi suer to sure. Twa tadi thewa di kejum bro chatu talo. Alright then tambuta information khari yo adi question tawde. Current ratio 2.5 de leto. Twa so formula shengwa di kejum bro. Liquid ratio, which means quick ratio la orwa. Quick ratio has a 1.5. This is stock turnover ratio. Cost of the formula what is cost of goods sold divided by closing stock 6 times this. So gross profit ratio 20%. Gross profit ratio formula gross profit divided by net sales raw. Fixed asset to turnover ratio la fixed asset to turnover ratio example net sales divided by fixed asset. These are 2 times. Average debt collection period. Debtor collection period la net war. Average collection period la net war. To dikhazu 2 month. So this and the fixed asset is to shareholders net worth. Shareholders fund la war. Khazu 1:1. Fixed asset is to shareholders net worth. So proprietary ratio la 1:1 is the khandar. Next the working capital khazur net working capital, which means current assets minus current liability is equal to 4,50,000. Tirish. Reserve is to share capital. Reserves divided by reserve is to share capital decimal 0.5 is to 1. Draw the balance sheet from the above information. So thangshu di khachere ngazo information yo wati gi tsamo yabushin surchila sha. Current ratio is equal to 2.5. Dedi indigenity or current assets divided by current liability is equal to 2.5 by 1. This is so current assets is equal to 2.5 current liability. Dusra. So ta tinyambol anzul khariyo lana information. Working capital khazure to working capital divided to net working capital 4,50,000. Tatalo. Current assets minus current liability la orwa is equal to 4,50,000 resha. You know the choice chure the dosra. So ta current asset sabla nigi 2.5 current liability lentira. 2.5 current liability minus current liability is equal to 4,50,000. This one. So 2.5 minus 1 khazure 1.5 current liability is equal to 4,50,000. So current liability is equal to 4,50,000 divided by 1.5. Let's do simple khazure 4,50,000 divided by 1.5. Let's do simple 3 lakh. So current liability is equal to 3 lakh. Chik raswa current liability raswa. Chik. The current liability rana current assets structure. Tinanglo ne kandilenati, dilenati, dilesha. So current assets it's equal to 2.5 current liability. Current liability is value the low put. Current assets is equal to 2.5 into current liability value khazure and then raswa 3 lakh. So khazure 2.5 3 lakh symbol 7,50,000. So current assets kharcha so 7,50,000. The information education board the can balance sheet here. That balance sheet format vertical tier. Here vertical sheet in a nega bring horizontal to station. Current assets current liability shareholders fund non current liability they'll fixed asset use here. The the inventory cash to the surgery add share the minimum information diga storage koyed kujita so ta anjol current assets the current liability rasa sum next information khat na quick ratio la da quick ratio khajure la sha 1.5 ra quick ratio la chumbala quick assets that is current assets minus inventory minus prepaid ra divided by current liability is equal to khajursa quick ratio is 1.5 so 1.5 ish kuchuda quick assets divided by current liability la dira so current assets minus inventory minus prepaid expenses ra so ngajol khare prepaid expenses the pije the namne ra thwe min dura so maybe current prepaid expenses the zero to consider china tit ngajol current assets here we current assets thandra raswa 7 lakh 50,000 daza minus inventory thandra ngajol ha ko mara khazu yambati so inventory thishra divided by current liability euro anjala current liability thandra raswa 3 lakh so 3 lakh chisuna say konta 1.5 ra quick ratio di 1.5 range so cross multiply chisuna cross multiply china 1.5 into chira 1.5 34 like think it 50,000 into 1.5 chisuna for like 50,000 for like 50,000 is equal to 7 like 50,000 minus inventory so azul khar raya do dela inventory raya do kuchu da so ta 7 like 50 minus 4 like 50 khajura is equal to 3 like therefore inventory azul khajure inventory is 3 lakh inventory khajcha 3 lakh information chi raso yang ko ni chi raso inventory khajsa 3 lakh tinya now next khar do jalo next stock turnover ratio ra stock turnover ratio the inventory raso stock ra so pijla da next the stock turnover ratio is equal to khajursa 6 times la da thagi formula khare stock turnover ratio cost of goods sold divided by average inventory ra average inventory is equal to 6 yes 6 to the cost of goods sold the nganjula yomar ba average inventory so opening tang closing ni ka raya di kale khabo into sampala average inventory di ngaju closing di rang khe che thagi closing na inventory ra ke so basically that is khare ngaju chi closing ra de so the 3 like the delakhi ra and 6 ra 6 3 sa 18 so cost of goods sold khalchas lana 18 lakh this is cost of goods sold raswa this is cost of goods sold ras next information anjul khadu gross profit ratio ki che do anjul khar kore gross profit ratio is equal to gross profit divided by net sales decode ra so gross profit khande che wala na net sales minus cost of goods sold and the chita because the gross profit che na anyway the dig ratio di khazur shela na ratio di gross profit ratio 20 rate lane dida 20% resha 20% gross profit net sales 20 divided by 100 la or a percent na sambala so kisi but decimal na pap so na 0.2 do chili ro 0.20 la na di ro right so ta anjol khare 0.2 is equal to gross profit divided by net sales wa gross profit ding anjol khande sigre yomarwa medu sambala net sales minus cost of goods sold divided by what khare net sales ra net sales kujda so ta 0.2 is equal to anjo ji net sales thanda ha ko mar ra net sales ha ko medu sambala ni ga anjo ge net sale len tinate ra ni ga net sales cha cross multiply che ore shi na ns station da net sales so ns minus cost of goods sold and the child work cross multiply che so na this would go chess way so the two transfer down so na khajur 0.2 ns minus ns is equal to minus cost of goods sold the minus sign the term majala right so 0.2 minus 1 radi the 1 na go wa khajure and minus 0.8 chamara 0.8 ns is equal to minus cost of goods sold kunda yes cost of goods sold no value the year ba anyway kya mindura yes what the cost of goods sold kinetic ra so minus minus cancelled katuna ha was minus minus cancelled 0.8 ns minus is equal to cost of goods sold khajure kanchu cost of goods sold thagira so 18 lakh ra so 18 lakh the delta thayin chine the word ta kya mede net sales is equal to 18 lakh divided by 0.8 so khajur na 18 lakh divided by 0.8 khajur na net sales is equal to 22 lakh 50,000 22 lakh 50,000 so dikharla na onjo ji net sales tisa net sales che next information azul khariyo na fixed asset to turnover ratio fixed asset to turnover ratio so fixed assets turnover ratio formula khare net sales divided by fixed asset and data so ta net sales khajur do 22 lakh 50,000 ra divided by fixed asset so khajur tulana thiwana khajur teshilana the 2 to yes 2 times ta is equal to 2 again cross multiply china 2 fixed asset is equal to 22 lakh 50,000 so fixed asset is equal to 22 lakh 50,000 divided by 2 22 lakh 50,000 divided by 2 is 1125 1125 so anzo fixed asset khazulana 1125 again information thewaji shenso this will shawra see now next khalana anzo average collection period wow average collection period is equal to 2 is equal to 2 in a 2 month in it 2 month yes 2 month da so 2 lentis average collection period is formula khare month in sample 12 divided by debtor turnover ratio so is equal to khajo in lare 2 in lare this one this way so let's see and the sample cross multiply down so na 2 debtor turnover ratio is equal to 12 chatu rwa 2 data turnover ratio is equal to 2 data turnover ratio is equal to 2 6 at 12 so data turnover ratio is 6 now see data turnover ratio formula khare net credit sales divided by average debtor is equal to 6 ra thane dilang ju credit sales sambala tang ju credit sales yin da me khaju yin bati ngu shu ha ko te yo mare ra o digi thagi ngu sales che raswa khara su yes ye 22 like 50 sto ti khora kharche rang ju thande dela credit sales che 22 lakh 50,000 divided by average debtor is equal to 6 in there cross multiplication na 6 average debtor the average debtor team medalo so debtor is equal to 22 lakh 50,000 so debtor is equal to 22 lakh 50,000 divided by 6 22 lakh 50,000 divided by 6 3 lakh 75,000 3 lakh 75,000 again one more important point ra thing on the balance sheet well pingir the next da kuzu khalladu fixed asset the shareholders fund ni cheaper relasha 1:1 dasha so ngazo ji fixed asset is to shareholders fund khazu to 1:1 dasha fixed asset kanzu thagi raswa kharasu the fixed asset so fixed asset 11 lakh 25,000 into sampala nganzo chi shareholders fund degi 11 lakh 25,000 charted the temperature again the occasion but the law that's this next the the formula na put na let's say fixed assets divided by shareholders fund is equal to 1 darwada right fixed asset to shareholders fund and symbol 1 na fixed asset khazure 11 lakh 25,000 divided by shareholders fund is equal to 1 round the rate goju da chidang mada yore so thanda dela 1 round che next information ta ngol khare yore next information reserves ta share capital ta shareholders fund nanglo la khare yore reserve ta share capital yerwa so diga je ratio di khazo ratio la na 0.5 is to 1 relish this are so the simple shareholders fund khazo la na 11 like 25,000 ni na ti nanglo ne reserve and surplus khazo 0.5 re ani share capital di 1 re so koshi ge chipchir ta reserves and surplus is equal to 11 lakh 25,000 into 0.5 divided by 1.5 ra this hai and share capital dikhate chhe share capital is equal to 11 lakh 25,000 into 1 divided by 1.5 11 lakh 25,000 into 1 divided by 1.5 let's simple 7 lakh 50 this is the 7 lakh 50 so the khazul na 3,75,000 this way the equation put it right tang information mangdo to the balance sheet information mangdo to ra So ta tinang le information ta khar khar ra du chik taw ra. Let's find out balance sheet the information. So anzula khado current assets ra current liability balance sheet ke item re balance sheet so pen to ra inventory ra so inventory che next khado cost of goods sold ni balance sheet mare ra net sales balance sheet mare ra fixed asset balance sheet to ra shamba kharir tinang la data ra 375 data che balance sheet che ani shareholders fund ra shareholders fund balance sheet che tinang lo ne shareholders fund na reserve and surplus ta share capital this way this one khara balance sheet swe gi chedu ta pen tho ta ra ta the balance sheet swe try show ra balance sheet drop chu yu detail gang ko mare and some missing information checks then you see re ne wodi gang zu khacha assume share let's suppose tingan zo balance sheet do chi na so kandel balance sheet thi particulars che ra amount notes note number to lera note number che so thangshu khari re ngazula equity and liability ta chama ya thela equity and liability tina khari re shareholders fund yorwa shareholders fund so shareholders fund ki total di khazu to chagla na khatos te yuwa 11 like 25,000 chagre ra tinang lo shareholders fund na khari la na that's right a thangbo share capital thishana dijal new khari la na reserves and surplus yur ra kujuda so share capital thai chen bang khajur to 7,50,000 reserves and surplus khajure 3,75,000 this one next the shamba khari usire non current liability usire so balance sheet rob chu ji shengo yoyo war taro so non current liability that is sambala non current liability na yorbe information ke yorbe let's see non current liability namla okay this ring shasha ra so next khariel na ngazula current liability is this so 1 2 3 this current liability namla current liability is total the ngazu tagi raer ra khazur to current liability total is 3 lakh to chaurta total 3 lakh to chawere ti nanglo la tang chu loe den de yorwe lana ra nanglo ti nanglo la information thwa yorwe lana mesi it ra mena kya me to current liability kura khap to to ra 3 lakh tish this are 3 lakh thira next tela total chilir this are number 2 kharel na ngazula assets balance sheet sweat try show or down so asset nan thangbo kharere non current asset so basically tinang kharere fixed asset la orwa fixed asset ngazula tagi driver khazure 11 like 25,000 11 like 25,000 next to nang kharele na current assets current assets ke total ding so how ko total khazure current assets ke total di 7,50,000 tela 7,50,000 detail gan thitu na thiorta la 7,50,000 di nanglo la khare sa ta data tong jo data raswa information at chitu na chere 3,75,000 3,75,000 di kharanga jo ji data che next shamba khare inventory rasum some inventory 3 lakh right so let's got this option 3 khazurdu 3 lakh. This is 3 lakh. Inventory 3 lakh che. And shamba information yorwe. And kugi. Also total khazure lasu current asset the 7 lakh 50,000. Tada yakuta dara. Dirangi nyamdu domne munchina 7 lakh 50,000 cha were. In a cha masu khadu chaslana sum to 6 lakh 75,000 chas. 6 lakh 75,000 chas. Kuzuda. So difference itwe. Difference lagdwa. Munchina current asset sangma domne khazuli lower 3 lakh 7 lakh 50 li lower ba. And 3 lakh 75 module maso. So which means difference to difference khazudu. The better sort of chita 7 lakh 50,000 minus 6 lakh 75. Difference of 75 chitwa. Thing anzu kharche lana cash there. This way. Difference the kharche cash. So shunsa. Ane total chitara. And this much total add chita. Kharche 11 che. 11 lakh 25,000 plus 3 lakh 75,000 plus 3 lakh plus 75,000 is equal to 18 lakh 75. 18 lakh 75. This is asset ki total 18 lakh 75,000 in a liability is total ki 18 lakh 75,000 cha word. This way. So that is now the dom darwa. Dom do sambala 18 lakh 75,000 level. Let's see. 7 lakh 50,000 plus 3 lakh 75,000 plus 3 lakh 18 lakh 75,000 less welana lemasu. Difference chili to calculation 18 lakh 75,000 chisuna difference 4 lakh 50. So 4 lakh 50 thing on so khare assume chelana del ha there is 4 lakh 50,000 the long term borrowings increase. This way those chin the balance sheet complete chart. So balance sheet on the minimum information tigas to chi koyer. And this chin get almost full dry transfer. The total che the total.